Hi, my name is Jay Fourie. I'm originally from Pretoria, lived a few years in Cape Town. I am a scuba dive master on the yachts, love hiking, love spending time with my family and friends.
My name is Ethan Fourie. I'm 15 years old and I grew up in Gauteng. I'm currently in the school, Menlo Park.
The reason behind doing Kilimanjaro for me personally was to spend quality time with my brother. It was my second time that I achieved the summit. First time was when I was 16, Ethan is 15 now. So it was I wouldn't say a competition, but it was a family, achievement for us to see if we can send him up to beat my age. Other than that, we love the outdoors. We love to break away from technology a little bit and just experience nature and its wonders.
Yeah, the mainly reason was to obviously beat his age. And the second reason, my father climbed the mountain a few years ago. He summited and he told me it's a great way to learn to know yourself and just be with nature.
My first big hike was most likely Kilimanjaro when I was 16. I remember a few before that. Cathedral Peak maybe in the Drakensberg where my dad took me back then to experience altitude in the cold. But other than that, I would say Kilimanjaro, 16 years old. That was for me the youngest.
I didn't really have a big hike before Kilimanjaro, so it was just like bang, big mountain and just no small steps. So it was very challenging, but it was very beautiful. And
we found the experience quite challenging, I would say. For myself personally, it was something quite different against my first Kilimanjaro summit in terms of I played sort of a guardian for Ethan. I know a lot of people can understand what I'm saying, a lot of people with children. It was stressful for me, something that I didn't prepare for. I knew I was going to have to take care of him, but honestly, on a mountain that's 5,000 meters plus, anything can happen, so you have to look after yourself. But being Ethan's guardian and being there for him, I needed to not only think about myself, but also, for him and his safety. So that was quite a big challenge for me.
Yeah, the experience for me was very difficult in terms of the food because I don't eat everything and there was only like a small portion of vegetables and soup. So it was very hard, and the toilets, there weren't any toilets. So if your stomach has to go, you have to go find a nice bush or something.
So weather-wise, day one normally is a rainforest hike. It's quite steep, it's quite a long day. So you wake up in your hotel room and it's quite nice because it's sort of on the equator, Tanzania. So they have this saying of in the day it's summer and at night it's winter. So weather-wise, day one is supposedly to be rainy, muddy, things like that, very humid, compared to the final day where it's minus 15. We had a sort of a snowstorm, that gale force winds, that wind chill was most likely minus 20. So the problem with that is, you get a little bit dizzy and there's a lot of things that are out of your control. So weather-wise, the wind was unexpected and it made it a lot more cold, which you have to plan for. You have to have thermal clothing with you. If you don't have it, it makes it a lot more tough, Rain, all these things.
It was you were in your own mind. You couldn't speak to anybody because you can't hear him. You don't really have the oxygen levels that high, is too low, and you can't really move quickly. Your legs don't really allow you to, but you just move like a machine. You just keep on going.
You have to prepare for humidity, high humidity, rain out of the nowhere. So daily you'll pack your raining gear and your raining clothing in your backpack. It can change within 5 minutes. It happened to us on day 4, where we had lunch at 4,700 meters. We had shorts on, t-shirt, and we started our hike. 5 minutes later, it was monsoon weather. Temperature dropped by 15 degrees. I mean, you had to keep dry, because if you didn't, then the last day your clothing was wet, you know. So the backpack weighed about 10 to 15 kilograms, I'd say. It's your daily gear, because the other clothing gear and stuff you have porters for. Depending on what day it is, you pack accordingly. But I would say about between 10 and 15 kilograms.
The Instacom devices helped us a lot because some places on the mountain there weren't any signal, so we used the PTT devices to communicate with our friends and family back home. It always made me feel safe and always knew like the motivation, they're always cheering us on, and it helped us summit obviously and keep on moving.
The Instacom devices helped us when we needed a little bit of boost from family and friends. It also helped that Instacom itself as a company were sort of boosting us on with the tracking. And I remember on day 4 we received a message from Instacom's company where the 100 and plus employees were watching us and rooting for us on, you know, so it gave us that boost. Also, like Ethan said, to just assure our family and friends that we are safe and we are healthy, and, you know, for us knowing that they are not stressing, it made us also, you know, feel a lot better. Lessons on the mountain, for me personally, was the guardianship of being there for Ethan. Look, I trained a lot before, and I sort of overtrained so that I can be there for him if something had to go wrong, or not that I could do anything, but, you know, just show him a little bit of motivation or inspiration by feeling fine. But a lesson that I learned was more of a parenthood lesson of how to look after someone much younger. Not that he's less strong, it's just he's younger, he's less experienced. Not that you showed it, I mean, you were a complete champion, but yeah, that was my lesson. Also, what would I do differently? I would most likely pack more rain gear, if it's something as simple as that. You know, even if it's dry, it always gets wet. If it's raining hard enough and the wind's hard enough, you'll get wet, you know. So maybe a double set of rain gear, and choosing the right group is very important, which we were lucky enough, but maybe a bigger group of friends or bigger group of family just makes it a lot better, you know.
The lessons I learned was where my limits are and where my capabilities are lying, and so how far I can push myself to do certain things. And something I would do differently is definitely waterproof gloves, and we forgot our waterproof covers for our backpacks, so everything sort of got a little bit wet, and it was a little bit frustrating and irritating.
For me personally, it was my second time. I'd 100% do it again. Every time it's different, honestly. Regarding the weather and the situation, I mean, the people that you're with, it's different. Your learnings, your age, you know, everything's different. This trip also, you know, it's worth mentioning that we recently lost our grandfather, so that the trip was for him as well. And I carried his favorite hat in my backpack every day. So, I mean, that was very important for me. It's for family, it's for friends, and that's what sort of we all stand for, and love mountaineering. So yeah, of course, and we'd love for Instacom to be part of our next journey as well, you know.
I would, but not like in a short time. I actually want to climb another 7 summit in Antarctica, Mount Vincent. So yeah, we definitely need Instacom's help there, and because there's no signal or nothing, it's in the middle of nowhere.